he started out as a receiver his freshman year, and then transitioned to DB.
Probably got the best get off in the draft amongst edge rushers. I mean, the dude just flies off the line.
I see him different places on different draft boards. Some have him borderline first round, some have him falling in the second.
Welcome back to the most professional sports channel on YouTube, back to Swivel Chair Sports. I'm your host, Zach Zuckerberg Merkel, here with the host today, Aaron and Joe. Go and say hi, guys.
If you like our content, be sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment and let us know what you think.
But other than that, let's go ahead and get into it. So, in this video, we'll be each taking a look at our own most underrated NFL draft prospect for the 2024 NFL Draft. So each of us have picked at least one player that we think is kind of going under the radar as far as where they should be drafted at this upcoming 2024 NFL Draft. So without further ado, Aaron, start us off with your most underrated prospect of 2024.
I get to start us off?
You
Oh
do.
boy. Well, mine, as you might have well guessed from my hints beforehand, is Chris Abrams-Draine, the DB out of Missouri. He's an ex-receiver. He started out as a receiver his freshman year, and then transitioned to DB. So he's only been playing DB for like 3 years. He's great at getting his head around on the ball. Got great instincts, good hands. Downsides are he's kind of small. He's only 5'11" and like 179, so he's kind of light too. And if you kind of watch some tape on him, he likes to dive at feet a lot when he tackles. So I think he's gonna need to put on some size and maybe get a little more refined in his tackling form if he wants to be real successful. But as far as coverage goes, he's outstanding. He's really good at man. I think he was by far Mizzou's best cover corner this year. Just kind of a couple comps real quick that might fit. Tre'Davious White was the first one that kind of came to my mind. Both similar size. I mean, 5'11". They're on the shorter side. Ran similar 40 times. Both ran mid 4.4s. Both had 1.5 10-yard splits. I think Abrams-Draine had a 33.5 vert, and Tre'Davious White had a 32, so pretty similar there. Then my other comp was Trent McDuffie. Now we saw him have a real good year this year with the Chiefs, All Pro type of year again, shorter, 5'11". It's very similar times, 4.44 for both of them for the 40, and 1.58 10-yard split for McDuffie. So yeah, I think he's got great ball skills. He's like I said, he's just got to kind of get bigger and shore up that tackling technique.
Yeah, I think Abrams-Draine's got potential to be a really good corner at the NFL level. Obviously, we got to see what he was capable of. Play opposite of another really good cornerback that's going to get drafted this year in Ennis Rakestraw. So we'll see. I think he could be a great addition to really any of those cornerback needy teams, like maybe a Philadelphia or something like that. So we'll have to wait and see who decides to go ahead and take him in possibly the second or third round. I also had a defensive player as my most underrated. Obviously, this guy's probably still going to go in the first round. But as far as like where he goes in the first round, most mocks have him way lower than I think he should be going talent wise. I think he's easily a top 10, at least top 15 pick in this next draft. But I see a lot of mock drafts seem to have him lower down in like the 20s region. So my pick was Jared Verse, edge out of Florida State. Dude is really freaking strong. He had 31 reps on the bench at the combine, which is more than any other edge rusher at the combine this year. Um, Watching back a little bit of his tape, he's got really strong first contact. It helps him create like a kind of a soft corner around the edge to where he's got an easier path to sacking the quarterback, obviously. But not only that, he's got really good push against tackles to where sometimes he can push the tackle just directly into the quarterback. The dude's just that freaking strong. He's probably got the best get off in the draft amongst edge rushers. I mean, the dude just flies off the line. So speed along with strength is dangerous at the NFL level. It's kind of what you everything you need. But then his motor is also off the charts. The dude never stops going. Um, the dude just 100% every single play. Doesn't give up. Doesn't take any plays off. So that, along with his physical capabilities, is just incredible. I think a lot of that is a testament to his time spent at Albany before transferring to Florida State. You know, he's not one of these blue chip prospects that started off in an SEC or in this case ACC school off the bat. He had to kind of work to get that position. But really, I think he's probably the best defensive edge in the draft this year, even though Dallas Turner seems to be going ahead in a lot of mock drafts. I think Jared Verse is just as good, if not better, and should be right up there alongside him in the top 10 conversation. But for whatever reason, he's fallen back towards the 20s. My pro comp for him is Ryan Kerrigan, a former defensive end for the Washington, now Commanders, used to be Washington Redskins. Kind of like what Kerrigan did. I think Jared Verse could be really good against not only the pass but against the run as well. Kind of set the edge on those stretch plays, those halfback stretch plays. The dude can really play all three downs at the NFL level from what I've seen. And with all that being said, I think if he does end up falling back towards the 20s, I think the Dolphins would be a great fit for him with them losing a lot of their edge rush talent this offseason. So
I got
You know
two.
why
Go ahead.
he's sort of fallen and he's not considered the same tier?
I've not. That's kind of why I'm confused. All I've seen is like because I didn't watch college football. I just went back and looked at his highlights and stuff.
It's because it just means more.
Ah, the SEC. Yeah, a good one. Good one. Dang, I should have thought of that. That's on me. That's on me.
I said that. I thought that's where that was going, but
That's on me.
wasn't for sure. Mine. So just to match Burke with the first round guy who I think should be going higher. I'm taking Leatu Latu from UCLA.
Mm.
I know people are taught I don't know if you guys know, but he medically retired when he was in 2020, I think, when he was at UW because of a neck injury. So I know that's like a big concern with him. But the past 2 years he's played at UCLA and he's been fully healthy. And in 2 seasons he has 34 TFLs and he has 23 and a half sacks. So that's the name of the game, especially as an edge rusher. If I had to comp him to a guy, I would say not because I'm a fan, but a TJ Watt because he's known for like his get off, his speed, getting off the edge, and he's just real slippery. Can he overpower you? Yes. Can he beat you around the edge? Yes, but it's more so just the way he plays with the hands. It's just hard to get any hands on him. So that's just for the sake of not leaving you hanging with the first round pick that should go higher than what you think.
Appreciate that.
My other one is I see him different places on different draft boards. Some have him borderline first round, some have him falling in the second. I think Adonai Mitchell is slept on at wide receiver from Texas.
Because he
You
didn't
have
run a
Marvin
4.22
Harrison.
40.
Exactly my freaking point. Xavier Worthy's good. I'm not taking none away from the guy. I just personally, I think Adonai Mitchell's the better receiver. I think he's 6'3", 6'4". So he's the bigger target, which is big advantage, obviously, in the NFL. I was looking at his stats. He had 20 less catches than Xavier Worthy. So he had like 55 catches for like 800 something yards, had 11 touchdowns. Name of the game is scoring points. Who am I throwing the ball to in the red zone? Am I throwing it to the 4-2 guy? Or, and I mean, if he's a route runner, I'm not taking anything from Worthy. Or am I going to throw it up to the 6'4 guy that can out jump the guy? And might be the better route runner and might have the better hands of the two. That's just my
Probably
opinion.
definitely has the better hands of the two.
I think so. I don't know if it's much of a debate, but I think Adonai Mitchell's. I think you have Marvin Harrison Jr. That everyone is clear cut saying one, and I don't blame him. I think Adonai Mitchell deserves to be up there with the other names. Like I'm Marvin Harrison, Adunze. Is 3 right now? Neighbors, are they the top 3?
Yeah, those are the top 3.
Fair. I think Adonai Mitchell is like right under them. If
Right with
not,
like
should be
Brian
in that
Thomas
same
Jr.
bunch.
and all them.
Yeah, I think some people have him
Matt
falling to the
McConkey.
second round, and Xavier Worthy going higher because he broke the 40 record. But I think Adonai Mitchell needs to be that guy. I think he can be a first rounder, and I think if someone steals him in the second round, or if the Chiefs, for God's sake, take him, that's not gonna be good.
Hey, we might
A
need
lot
a
of
new
teams.
number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, it's very possible. I think everyone that we named off has great capabilities of, having success at the next level. I mean, shoot, we named off a bunch of first and second rounders, so that's not saying a whole lot. I don't think that's really a hot take that we're predicting these guys to have successful NFL careers. But I definitely think it's safe to say that for whatever reason these guys have flown under the radar recently amongst their respective positions. And so we just kind of wanted to shed a light on a couple on a couple guys that need to be talked about a little bit more. But unless y'all got,
I've got another one.
oh, okay, well this is unexpected.
Let's hear it.
Let's hear
it.
I've got another defensive player. We're real defensive heavy in this video.
Yeah, we love defense.
I've got Devondre Sweat out of Texas.
Oh, that's a good one.
Big,
Over Byron Murphy?
D tackle. I didn't say over.
Okay.
This is under the radar.
Okay. Sorry. Continue.
I mean, 6'4", 366. He's just a beast. Put him there in the middle. He kind of reminds me of maybe like a Vita Vea or a Vince Wilfork. Just an absolute nightmare in the run game as far as planning for them and accounting for them goes. He probably could use some work on his pass rush type of game. But as far as the run game goes, he's taking up 2 blocks, and that's freeing up a linebacker to just float to the ball. So he's a big problem in the run game.
Yeah. Obviously, he got to play next to Byron Murphy all season too. So for whatever reason,
It helps.
this all comes down to Michael Penix is incredible because he beat those 2 guys. So the most underrated of all.
And Adonai Mitchell. 3 guys.
Yeah, and Adonai and Xavier Worthy, Mr. 4-2. So Michael Penix is just that dude. Moral of this video: most underrated player going into this NFL draft. So we made a video all about it. So check that out while you're at it. Other than that,
I got one more with Aaron. Hold on, I got one more. An actual one that's supposed to be is Ricky Pearsall, the receiver from Florida.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think he's a sleeper. I think he might go to. I think he's a third day pick, probably 4th, 5th round, maybe even lower. But if you watch his highlight tape, the dude just makes plays, and if he's a route runner and can get open, that boy, he's electric.
He kind of reminds me of like a Michael Pittman type receiver.
Yeah,
I can see that.
He's an athletic freak too. Like his combine physicals were stupid.
One team call or one comp I saw was that I liked was Kenny Stills. I don't know if you remember Kenny Stills.
Vaguely,
receiver.
yeah.
Like he was a great deep ball guy that just had good, wasn't explosive fast like off the line, but just top end speed as he's going and just was just a guy that you'd sleep on, and next thing you know, dude has 4 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown on you.
Yeah, he's a guy I wouldn't mind the Chiefs grabbing in the late second round or something like that.
No, you don't need wide receivers.
We do though. We
You don't,
do.
you don't need
Trust me.
anything. No,
We
you don't.
might. We
You have
might.
We
15
might.
at
We very well
quarterback.
might.
Just line him up. You're fine. Just
We
leave it
very
there.
well might need it. Law
Leave the
enforcement.
rest
can
to us who need help, okay? Just give up your picks.
You traded a whale receiver. Apparently, you don't
Yeah.
want any.
You didn't want to be there.
Unless y'all got anything else, I think that'll do
I
it.
got another one. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Let's just go name for name, Aaron. Let it fly,
In
man.
case y'all got
You just
anything
don't
else.
have to go for an hour.
I think that'll do it for this episode of the most unprofessional sports channel on YouTube, Swivel Chair Sports. I've been your host, Zach Circleberg Merkel, here with my co-host today, Aaron and Joe. Go and say bye, guys.
Bye.
All right. Other than that, deuces.